Greetings and welcome back to another episode of American Heroes Outdoors.
Man, we are headed up to Lake of the Woods, one of our favorite places to go fish. And we're talking big fish. We are talking stories and big fish. We'll be up there with Wheelers Point Resort, Mandatory Fun Outdoors, one of the great organizations we get to work with. And this is really special for us because, as I mentioned, we are going to be fishing with Gary Guggenberger. And actually, he's going to be fishing with one of my lieutenants, and you're going to see the interaction between a Vietnam veteran POW and a soldier that served with me in Iraq on one of my teams. They are going to catch some big fish. It's just going to be a great time. So stick around, everybody. It's going to be a great show.
American Heroes Outdoors shares the stories of our nation's true heroes, a documentation of journey, commitment, struggle, and healing. A glimpse into the sacrifice and bravery of our service men and women. This is American Heroes Outdoors.
Hey everybody, good morning. Scott St. Sauver. We're out on Lake of the Woods. Little walleye chop this morning. Just got the rods in the water, and I got a couple of great veterans on board today. So Gary's going to be in the boat today, and Dan's back here. You know, so we're going to spend a lot of time over the next day learning about Gary and Dan, and just having a great time on the water. Going to try to catch some of these big fish that are out here on Lake of the Woods. So stay tuned. We're going to have a great show. This one's got a fish on.
Yeah, go for it.
Right here. I thought I saw him hit it. Okay, there you go. Just nice and easy. This one just got hit too, so hold on to that. I just saw them both hit. Yeah, just nice and real, nice and easy. You should feel. These lines are about 150 feet back, so it takes a little while to get them to the boat. And if you get a big one on, it'll stop you. I mean, it'll just dead stop. There he is on top of the water. So he's a pretty good fish. So he's probably in your line. That's okay?
Okay.
Yep, just leave your line kind of down and out. We'll get it untangled when we get back. He's coming across the water. Got him. Got him. Nice start. Got it going on right now.
Double!
Bring it over here. That's a little one, but he's still a keeper. All right, got him. If he catches one more, Gary, you're getting a new rig.
Yeah, there you go. Here, I'll grab it.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, keep your line out to the side or we're gonna end up with a fish in the motors. So I got the motor down, so we should be coming under. He's all the way under the boat, so. Yep, no, he's just mad. Oh, he's a nice one too. Oh, I can't see him, so I got him. Okay, good one.
A little bigger than.
Yep. Perfect. Can I make 14?
Yeah, it's
perfect. Yeah, if he's 14, throw him in the box. Nice job, Gary.
pretty good. So.
Well, my whole military was a culture shock for me. But when it got to Vietnam, just getting off the airplane and that heat hit, and then the smell, and that was just, you know, so strange to me. Just seeing the village and stuff, I says, holy Jesus, this is backwards. That was, you know, that was a shock. You know, I only had 6 months left when I got captured. You know, I was halfway through this and that happened. The day that you are a freshman in high school to the day you graduate from high school, I was chained to a tree. Or the day you start at college and you graduate from college, I was chained. I was driving down the road and a Vietnamese jumped out of the ditch and I looked, and then I saw these guys with RPGs, and that's when I took a round in my leg, and the next thing I woke up, I was on the floor of the truck. I came to, got out, got my M16, loaded it, wouldn't load, tried it again, loaded, and I was going to run for some elephant grass. And I was starting to pivot, and he opened up. He sprayed me. He hit me here, here, and here. I was laying on the ground, and he pulled a piece of paper out of his pocket and said he was taking me as a prisoner. They took me, and they got me bandaged up, and then I marched for days to get me up where they wanted to hold me. Right after I got captured, I went through a B-52 raid. That's terrible. You know, I don't know how those people can hold it together when you go through one of those things. The haunting sound, and your body is just elevated, it's shaking, concussions. You know, that, and I was just, you know, frantic. My wounds all were bleeding. The guard came, and the interpreter came, and he just says, keep your cool, keep your cool. And he said, and my name was Ga in prison. And he said, Ga, look at it like this. If you would have been hit, you would never known it. Now you live for another day. That was good advice. After a while, I lived by that.
This morning we're using UV colored Rapala tail dancers. This is a number 9 tail dancer. That's a fish over there. That's a fish over there. We're just trolling deep. We're doing what's called lead core trolling. So we're using a 17-pound lead core, and then we're just letting these back until they're just ticking the bottom and bringing them up, because these fish are tight down the bottom. And that's, we're trying to pull up a couple big ones. So we'll see how we go. That one I can see on top. That's fine. It's actually a little bigger one, so hopefully it's a keeper. Bring it up. Keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling. Oh, keep reeling, don't let them get slack. Got him.
This is actually like my first organized outdoor therapy. I'm not just saying it, it's really awesome to just be out here. You know, we just got through a really tough year with COVID, and the way that we handle stress, I think sometimes as vets can be a little different maybe than other people, and so it's important to recharge, to take time for yourself, and that's exactly what we're doing here on Lake of the Woods. This is a really good environment to just chill. I'm meeting a really interesting dude in Gary, and being around the Colonel's fun. So no, I'm having a really good time.
Oh, there he is right there. So keep coming, it's a big one. Yep, keep coming. It's in the other line, but don't worry about it. Just keep coming to the boat, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. He's barely hooked, I mean just barely.
I got him. Come on, baby.
I got her, I got her, I got her. Here you go. Look at this fish, fellas.
Oh my God.
This is why you come to this thing.
This is
right here.
Come here.
Look at that fish.
Wow.
We knew that, you know, we knew for a while the U.S. was pulling out. It was the end of the war. There was a POW exchange, but they put us on a deuce and a half and took us to Loch Ninh, which is a fire support base near Tay Ninh. We got there and we're on one side of the runway, and the Americans were on the other side, had 5 Hueys lined up. We all were jumping off, you know, happy as hell. When I jumped off, I felt a tap on my shoulder, and turned around, and this Vietnamese guy said, "Do you remember me? And how was your wounds?" And said, "I'm the one that took you out the battlefield." And perfect English. And he put his hand out and said, "Now go home and be a better man." We shook hands, and I walked over to the Americans. That was a hard hit. And so we got on the choppers and we took off. It was just, I mean, I still see it. We went over a village and I saw a first light bulb. I got swelled up, and ice. The crew chief gave me some iced tea. And that simple things. So Yeah, that was hard. That was a real shake. And then I just said to myself, what kind of animal have I become? You know, when those two things, that gets me yet. And like I said, I'm 74 years old and I see it yet.
American Heroes Outdoors is brought to you by SCHEELS, the Disabled American Veterans, Smoky Hills Outdoor Store, Skeeter Boats, and YAMAHA Outboards, Woodland Resort, Ottertail Lakes Country, Ice Castle Fish Houses, S&S Promotional Group, Devil's Lake Tourism, and Minnesota Truck Headquarters.
I believe that the outdoors are very therapeutic. It's just a healthy alternative to a lot of unhealthy ways to deal with stress, and we just want to offer that to everybody. We had guys that have never been in a boat before. We've had guys that have never caught a fish before. We had a lot of personal best walleyes. So it was really fun to see how excited they were to come in and share their stories and share their pictures and just smile and chill and relax and kind of let the real world disappear, and that's what we do.
These types of events, they're really something to me. I don't even know what to say after I hear some of these stories. It's amazing to me. And Bruno and Dre, I had my boat, were great. You know, Bruno's an older guy and Dre's a lot younger guy, and we had some pretty candid conversations in the boat, and you know, I feel like I know both of them pretty well, and I'm kind of honored that we had that interaction. We don't push that or anything. We're just out doing this and that and the other thing, and people ask them questions about the people they're around just naturally, and you learn some things. So it's really cool. So I really like doing this kind of stuff, and you know, it's hope to keep on doing it as long as I can.
Hey everybody, good morning. Day 2 up here on Lake of the Woods with Mandatory Fun Outdoors. We had a great day yesterday. We caught a lot of fish, told a lot of stories, missed a lot of fish. Day 2 out here, we came right back to where we ended yesterday, and we're going to try to catch a couple more of those big ones today. Try to improve on those personal bests. Just tell those stories. Thank Wheelers Point Resort for everything they do for us, and taking these vets out, and Mandatory Fun Outdoors and everything they do. So stay tuned. Nice and easy. Okay, stop. Reel to my hand, all right. Now the next thing up is going to be the weight at 50 feet. Yep, nice and easy. If that fish is fighting you hard, I can see that.
We got our alert in 2008 that we were going to leave in 2009 to 2010. That's when I deployed with the colonel as my battalion commander. I was a platoon leader over on long haul security missions, convoys. And basically we were stationed in Kuwait, and we'd drive anywhere in Iraq that they needed us to bring supplies, and then we would load up all these trucks and tanks and big equipment and bring it down so it could get delivered to the Kuwaiti Naval Base so it could take off and make its way over to Afghanistan for when they increased forces over there.
I got him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Barely hooked.
Yeah, barely hooked.
You know, anybody that's coming back,
28.5.
regardless of what they did when they were in, go see a veteran service officer of some kind and ask any question that you can think of. Get your DD-214 registered with your county. It's so important, because if you slide into that position where you need either financial help or maybe some healthcare stuff or anything like that, those advocates can't help you unless they know who you are already. So make sure that you establish that with them. It's so important. I think it's really important to look left and look right around other people, but then let them do that to you too. It's really easy to project out and say, I'm going to take care of you and I'm going to take care of you, but I'm fine. And that's not always the case. So you got to let people help you as well.
Just keep bringing him, keep bringing him. Keep bringing him. Okay, stop. Got him. 26.
Can't believe hunting these things down with the colonel. Could be any better. It's been great.
a great weekend on Lake of the Woods. It's always kind of bittersweet to put the rods away. We had a great time. We had fun, and I hope you guys had a great experience.
Oh, so good. You bet.
And you know, this is what American Heroes is all about. This is what we do. This is what we do. We get out and we relax, we tell stories, we bond with each other, create new friendships for the rest of our lives, and support organizations that support our veterans. So from us here at American Heroes Outdoors to all of you, thanks for watching, and tune in next week.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show.
And now it's time for our next SCHEELS Hometown Hero, Jerry Meyer.
Hey everyone, it's Louie with SCHEELS in Lincoln, Nebraska. We're in Seward, Nebraska today at the Nebraska National Guard Museum to honor our next hometown hero, Jerry Meyer.
Welcome to SCHEELS Hometown Heroes.
SCHEELS Hometown Heroes is a way for us to say thanks to those that serve our country and our community.
And are still giving back to others today.
We honor your service by sharing your stories.
From all of us at SCHEELS, thank you for your service.
I was always around World War II veterans growing up, and I thought nothing better to honor their service. My grandfather served, you know, to serve this country. And it was always kind of a foregone conclusion. I would do it again. People ask me, you know, would you go back? And even though, you know, I got dinged up a little bit, I'm okay with that. It's part of serving.
Jerry really has always been driven and very patriotic, very much willing to sacrifice his own personal needs or wants to do something for other people. And that's regardless of military or his personal life.
I did 3 deployments total to Afghanistan, all 3 to Afghanistan. When I came back, I was wounded, so I had to do some therapy down at Fort Riley at the Wounded Warrior program. And then I came back in the Guard and finished out my career there after 32 years, retired as a colonel. I worked with some of the best that America has, men and women that are dedicated to their mission and being in the military. And I worked with Army, Air Force, Marines. There was even Coast Guard over there. You know, you even had to ask what they did wrong to get sent over to Afghanistan. But I tell you, I've served with some great Americans, and here at home and here overseas. I came over here in 2014 when I got the job as a Nebraska National Guard historian before I came off of active duty, and I've been very blessed to be here. And so one of the projects here at the Seward Museum here, National Guard Museum, is to build up exhibits, build up rooms and displays. And that's what we've been doing since 2014.
This museum is like having the 4th of July 365 days of the year in Seward, and so it's a nice complement to our 4th of July celebration, and so I was very anxious to work with him.
So Jerry had this vision of building something that people throughout the state would come see, people throughout the country would come to see this museum, that he could preserve our heritage and our legacy. And it was, and you know, I mean, it's a pipe dream at the time. It's this old rundown building. Piece by piece, this started to come together. There was the theater, there was the airplane, and it started to build. And then you know, Jerry kind of got this flywheel of getting it moving. And then every time I came in, there was a new exhibit, until every time I came in, there were 3 or 4 new exhibits. Everything was changing, and now it's like every time I come in, once I get into some of the main areas, I don't even recognize the places because they didn't exist before.
The neat thing is Jerry has filled this museum to where we need to really look at expansion, and so that's a good thing.
It all started the morning of the 15th when we started the attack on St. Lo. One division.
The museum itself tells a story about the citizen soldier, but he also honors all veterans and is willing to support and honor all veterans, and I think that's very important too.
So these touch screens are really cool. You come up here, and like this guy right here, maybe you know who Warren Buffett is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you touch on him, and you learn a little bit about He served 6 years in the Nebraska National Guard. So students can come in here. We have a sound dome. You can listen. Seward is the 4th of July city here for Nebraska. It sees a lot of people. We've had great attendance here. We set a record 2 years ago. In this building on one day, July 4th, we had 9,805 people visit in one day. The people that come here, that are especially veterans, love coming here to the museum. They see something that reminds them of the time that they served, and they're very open about their discussion of the military.
When you get out of the military, the team's gone, right? All that's gone. All that support is gone. And so all the bad stuff comes back into your head. But when you have something like this, you can come back and see the good stuff. Right? And that's what's so important, and that's what's so healing for a lot of veterans, is to be able to see the good stuff, to remember the good stuff. Whether it's just seeing a uniform, or the old bar that was in York, or some of the weapon systems, and it brings back the great memories, which can sometimes help us deal with the bad memories.
He is the museum in so many ways. He's embraced the community in a variety of working with a variety of civic groups, and helped, he represents the museum, he represents the National Guard, he represents the military, and all the things that we value in our community.
I'm very proud of what he's made this into. He has a great vision of what he wants history to look like and feel like.
If you look at it from divine intervention, I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. Just having survived a suicide bomber, an RPG attack, and with minimum amounts of injury, I think I'm blessed. I think there was a reason why, I've been put here, and one is to tell the story, is to really not forget our World War II generations and our generations before, but also to highlight the contributions of people today in the Nebraska National Guard.
Hey everybody, I told you it'd be a great show. Did you see the size of those walleyes? I mean, watching veterans get their personal bests out on Lake of the Woods, it's just a special, special event. And Gary Guggenberger's story is just one that you cannot forget once it's been told to you. The man is a patriot. And all of those veterans that were up there are patriots. But when you see the smiles on their faces, and when you see them hold those gigantic fish for personal best, knowing that those fish get returned back to the lake, and that they get to be caught again, it's just a very, very special episode.
And that's what it's all about. It's those stories that all too often go untold. Next week we head out to Western North Dakota for the Canine event with the Bismarck PD to learn a little bit more about what those dogs go through and their handlers go through so they can serve our communities.
So stay tuned.